Good evening, everyone. Tonight I thought I'd do something that I haven't done before, and we're going to take a look at the herd test results. So yeah, let's get on with it. Right, so the information we're looking at here is of the last herd test. So we done a video on it. It's on YouTube. So right here, this is just a rundown of the different age groups. So as 2-year-olds, we got 39. And we're doing an average of 12.4 litres, and then you've got milk fat, protein, and then on this side here you got milk solids, so they're doing 1.2. The 3-year-olds we got 56, and they were doing 1.46 and nearly 1.5. The 4 to 8-year-olds are doing 1.82. and the 9+ are doing 1.73. So the herd average for their production on the day was 1.62. And then we go down is herd lactation averages. So this is how many days on average they've been in milk. It's ranging from 65 to 68. And then you got the number, so this is the age, so 2 up to 10+, and then the number of cows in each category, and then how many litres they've done so far. So the 10+ are doing, they've done 1100 litres so far, versus the 2-year-olds have done 811. So yeah, and then you've got your BW, PW, lactation worth. Yeah, so this one down here, so this is herd test averages. So it's got number of cows being milked. The average litres was 17 litres, and then you got the milk fat protein. I don't actually know a lot about these figures, yeah, but the milk solid was 1.62 like I said before, and the average cell count is 89. Total milk fat is 205, total protein 164, and total milk solids for the day was 369. So I believe that if you add those two together you get that, I think. But yeah, let's carry on. So here we've got the highest producers. So cow number 36, she was doing 2.6 milk solids. 132 was doing 2.5, and 219 was doing 2.4. So 219, you may remember her. She's a white, skinny, rough-looking cow. She's always at the back whenever I'm shifting them. Well, that's her. 249, she's a friendly one, she's doing 2.4, so on. So the mother of the contract cow, she's doing 2.2. Bear in mind, we are once a day, so our herd test, we only do one herd test, and that's in the morning. Most twice a day guys do a herd test in the morning and one at night. So then you've got the lowest production worth. So this just gives you a list of cows that are the lower producing cows. I'm not sure why these ones got zeros, but this cow here, that's my brother's cow, and 252 is my brother's cow. Our herd is just a very high figured herd, but we still have low cows, as you can see. And over here we also put in the cows that were sick. So 273 had mastitis, 202 not sure, 160 had mastitis, and I'm not sure about 89. But yeah, you put them in so that they don't so that from their production and their sow count being higher because they got mastitis, it doesn't get put on record so much. And then down here you've got herd test averages, so it's relating it to so the top line here is South Auckland, So number of herds, not relevant, but herd size. So the average herd size in South Auckland, 335. Ours is, I'm not sure why it's 228, but it was actually we're milking 234 cows. I'm not sure why it's like that, but the average milk production in litres is 23 litres, and ours was 17. And then you got the milk fat, the difference. So milk fat percentage for the South Auckland herds was 4.53, whereas ours is 5.22. kgs, Auckland was 1.05 and ours is 0.9. Protein, they're 3.80 and we are 4.18%. And then the kgs is, the South Auckland was 0.88 and we are 0.72. And then the average milk solids were for South Auckland is 1.9 and we're doing 1.6. So there's that. So nationally, the PW is the average PW is 119, and South Auckland's average PW is 126, and our average PW is 194. And then the BW nationally is 98, and then South Auckland is 105 and ours is 166. So we've got a pretty good figured herd. We're not quite in the top 5% because nationally the top 5% PW, to be in the top 5% PW, you need to be about 199. We're 194. And for BW nationally, the average is 179 and we're 166, so we're still up there. So this section here is the sow count from last season. So in the month of October, we had 185 cows that were in the category from 1 to 149,000, from 0 to 149,000. So we had 185. And then from 150,000 to 250,000, we had 11. And then we only had one that was 500, one that was higher than 500,000. So as you go later into the season, you do get more that are in the higher cell count, and also it slightly changes the amount in the different categories. So I won't actually read all that out because it's last herd test. We're going to go down to here at the bottom. So this is the cell count. So this gives you the highest cell counts. So these two here were in the test bucket, so they weren't actually in the vat. So they had a 160 had a cell count of actually 5 million, but yeah, it's not to worry. Some of these ones here, they were in there's two here that were in the vat, but the cell count wasn't high because it was only 80, was it 89 or something. Then yeah, so you've got a few high ones, 600 and nearly 700,000. This one here 500, nearly 600,000. But it just gives you a list of your higher cell count cows, going from the highest to the lowest. But yeah, no, our cell count's good, and we don't have a cell count issue compared to what we did when we first bought the herd 8 years ago. 8 years ago we were treating we treated 80 cows in 1 year. Now we're treating like 20, so it's a huge improvement. So this section here is just the sick cows. So we got 89, 160. So 160 had the very high cell count of 5 million. 273 had a cell count of 2 million. Just to note, both these cows are back in the vat now, so they are recovered. And then we go into fine print. I'm not sure if you're going to be able to see it, but What we're on to now is, this is these sections here have got all the cows. So you've got the numbers down the middle here, and then you've got their age beside it when it's down here. So I'm not sure if you're going to be able to see this very clearly, but I'll just explain it. And then over here you've got because obviously we don't, there's a PM milk production goes down here. We don't do the PM milking, so we've got the AM, which gives you litres, and then total litres, and then milk fat percentage, milk fat kgs, milk protein percentage, protein kgs, milk solids. So number 1, she's a heifer, she was doing 1.5, so that's pretty good for a heifer. I like, if a heifer can be nearly doing the average production, they're doing pretty good. And then you've got sow count, so she's got a good sow count of 39, and then this here is identification. So she was born in 2019, and she was calf number 27. And then this is your breeding, Jersey Friesian, or you've got, Friesian Jersey, Jersey Friesian. And then moving over here, we've got, that's litres, I believe, so far produced. And then you got these are the lactation details. So you've got milk fat 5.4% kgs, then the protein, and then the milk solids, how much she's produced so far. She's done 104 milk solids. So when you think about that, they're actually producing quite a bit of money, because we're getting paid, well, I think potentially over $7 a milk solid now, and days of milk 70. So that's a good thing to compare your days of milk to how much they've produced. And then this is actually the sow count threshold exceeding. So the sow count, if I believe it's set, if they anything over 150, they get a mark. So none of these cows on this page are have gone over 150. See if we can find one. So, oh yeah, there's one here. So 39. She has a sow count of 152, so she has now got one of one herd test being over 150. And then you've got the BW, PW, lactation worth, and then their, I believe it's their calving date and when they calved. So that's a bit of a herd test results rundown. Yeah, we should actually have a look at 87. So 87 is one of the contract cows. So actually, so 45 is the mother to these contract cows. So she was doing 2.2 milk solids, 23 litres, and her days, she's done 139 milk solids in 62 days, whereas the cow above her, 44, she's done 94 milk solids in 75 days. So you can see she's more efficient because she has got a less days in milk, more milk solids. And we'll find, so 191 just here, she is a contract cow, so she's only doing 1.27, so nearly 1.3 days in milk is 65, and she's done 82 milk solids. So that's not super flash, but generally the heifers don't do as well on once a day in the beginning. So yeah, she'll improve. Well, we're missing a group. I'm not sure what 87 is doing, but yeah. Right, hope you guys got something out of that. Hopefully you could read it. just like to say that I'm not the perfect farmer. I do still approach neighbours and friends on how to do things. My old boss, she's a very good consultant to come around and have a look and tell you what you're doing wrong or things you could improve on. So if any of you guys have got questions, yeah, put them in the comments and I'll have a go at answering them. Maybe you can answer some of my questions. So yeah, thanks for watching, and we'll catch you somewhere else on the farm. See ya.